Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to the MoJo Monday, a place where we share real, live, authentic, from the heart, transformational wellness stories. And tonight is definitely no exception. Tonight, the theme is healthy. What's the word?
Healthy.
Healthy and sustainable. We don't want to just have this result. We want to sustain it. Weight loss or fat loss is a better way to say that, yes, because so much of the time we may in this community with this program, we may even gain a few pounds or maintain and transform radically our body composition. So we have some beautiful stories tonight, so stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. I'm Robert, my home office here in Granbury, and my co-host with the most,
Mr. Jim Rhodes up in St. George, Utah, where it's a nice, sunny, beautiful day, and we want to truly welcome every one of you on our call tonight.
We do. It's going to be awesome, guys. So let me pull up my slides because we do want this around for our grandkids and our great-grandkids. It's a legacy company, so we have to address what we don't do and what we do. Okay, so let me pull up a couple slides here, and then Jim can walk us through a couple of disclaimers, but let me tee up if I can get it going here. Here it is. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Healthy weight loss. And why we're here. Well, our purpose is to provide elite formulations and uplift people to their highest potential, physically, mentally, emotionally, and may I add, that will help with our spirituality also. And Zallevo is an unusual name, which simply means to lift to our highest potential. It's a combination of the letter Z, and Z standing for zenith, which is the highest arc, highest point of an arc, and levo, which is Latin to lift to. So we are hopeful that our association with each other and putting highly nutritious building blocks in our body, we can help our body do what it was created to do, give us all of the energy and strength and recovery to live life to the fullest. We are not doctors, so we do not prescribe, diagnose, or treat. We don't claim that this is a medicine to do any of those things. And this is for educational purposes that we're sharing these stories. These are all real, raw, and personal individual results, and not everybody's going to get the same results. But this is fairly typical of what I've seen over the 40 years of good nutrition in people's bodies, that the body is the miracle when given the right building blocks to create that. As far as if we share anything about income potential, for those who want to share this product with others, we make no claims there either. It depends on our intensity and what we want to get out of it, but it certainly is available for those who want it. And we appreciate each of you on this line. I'll just say this: you are the VIPs. You're doing something that a lot of people don't do, and that is you are showing up, which tells me you're interested, hopefully, in your health journey, because knowledge gives you options that you didn't have before you learn some of the things I think you'll hear and learn tonight. And that can help each of us make informed decisions which can improve us. We do have upcoming calls each Monday, MoJo Monday. Next Monday is increasing endurance. Now, for every one of us who wants to and has that little athlete inside of us, even at the age of 75, endurance is really incredible, even if it's just, vacuuming the house. Fasting made easy. Now, that doesn't sound possible, but because of these master formulations, it's not only possible, people like me can now go even past 48 hours of intermittent fasting, and the results are stellar. Restful sleep, that's when we're regenerating this beautiful body of ours, which is a body of regeneration. at as many as 1 billion new cells per minute during that regeneration time. And if we can get into that deep sleep, it really increases and helps all of that happen. And building lean muscle, one of the stories we'll hear tonight is someone who's going to the gym now. And I've asked her to show off her guns, which of course is her biceps. And so with that, I'll turn it back over to Robert.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks, big brother from another mother. We want to welcome everybody, and thanks for the disclaimer and telling us all what's going to be happening the next few weeks here, guys. And we have a growing library too. Feel free to go to our team. It's a team-wide, community-wide channel there on YouTube. Just type in Team Z Global Zoom. I know it's kind of long. Team Z for Zallevo, Global Zoom. And that's our channel on, and all these MoJos are recorded there for us to share. All right, so preliminaries are a little behind us now. So again, we have 5, incredible, powerful, heart-centered, I could go on with a long list of adjectives tonight. So they're all beautiful ladies. And let me see who's first on the list. Oh, first we're going down to the great city here in a great state out in Houston, Texas. And it's a lady that I'm proud to call a friend for many years now. And she is now an animal on the tennis courts. And her and her hubby have had amazing transformational type results. And it's Donna Pappengallant. Donna, with your permission, let me just pull up, before we spotlight you on the in the Zoom call, let me pull up before and after real quick so we get a visual on this before we bring Donna to the call. So can you guys see that visual? Thumbs up if you can see the amazing, doesn't look the same person, does it?
No,
Here's
one
Donna.
looks like her mother.
Look out! Hey, look out, Jim! You're treading thin water there, but well, now look at the transformation. Donna's next level journey is amazing. So I'm going to stop my share and now pull up and spotlight Donna. Welcome to the call, my friend.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for that nice introduction. And Jim, I'm not at all upset that you said I look like my mother. I do. In that photo, I looked like my mother when we had been to Greece, when I was about the age in that picture that she was the first time we went to Greece together. So yeah, I was looking older than my years.
Well, you were both beautiful and you both resembled each other, but one looked like the young daughter of the other. Seriously, beautiful transformation.
So, my story, is very similar to that of, I'm sure, a lot of people on this call. How many people can relate to being on that roller coaster of body weight, up and down, right? And so mine kind of started in elementary school when the doctor told my mother that I needed to be on a diet because I was 2 pounds over what the chart said I should be for my height. Little did he know I was about to hit a growth spurt, right? So I blame him for not getting beyond 5'4". But anyway, it kind of put me in a mindset of always being conscious about my weight. And I would be an emotional eater. And so the weight would go up, go down, go up, go down all through my young years. And I was an athlete growing up. In high school, I played 4 sports. In junior college, I played 2. I damaged a knee playing volleyball when I got to the 4-year school. So I began my athletic training career, but always active, became a runner in college, that sort of thing. So I would try to manage my weight with exercise. And sometimes it worked, but my diet wasn't the healthiest. And so it didn't always work. And later I became an athletic trainer in professional baseball. And in the off season, I would work as a substitute teacher and I wouldn't have the hours to train that I did. So my weight would creep up. I'd get to spring training and I'd get to start, working out, and then we'd have long days and I didn't have time to eat and the weight would come down. So there was the roller coaster. So after I ran in my one and only marathon and ended up with injuries, my weight really ballooned. and someone introduced me to the idea of intermittent fasting, or what I like to call extended fasting, because most of my friends that talk about intermittent fasting, they talk about the 16-8 program, or, that sort of thing. And, I was doing 24 up to 60-hour fasts at a time. And, the first company I was with, and I tried that, it initially worked, and I got the weight down, and I kept it off for a while, but slowly and surely it crept back up, and then I'd get real stringent and it'd go back down. But it was hard for me to maintain. And a few years ago, Mr. Robert Arthur told me about a new system he was using. And I was intrigued because it was low carb, low sugar, and my husband was having an issue with some of his lab work, shall we say, and needed to reduce his carb and sugar intake. So we gave Zallevo a try, and I found it very easy to use. The shakes are delicious. The fasting aid works like nothing I had ever tried before. I had used fasting aids in the past, but this one was just really working so much better for me. And so within about 6 months, I had taken off all the weight that I had gained back, plus I got down, I'm about 10 pounds lighter than I ever was with the previous product line I was using. And I think it's, you may have heard people on some of our calls talk about autophagy. And I think a lot of it has had to do with that. The programs I had used in the past, we never really got into the increased rate of autophagy. So anyway, here I am. I've been using the product now almost 2 years. The roller coaster is over. I'm maintained my weight since hitting my goal. I toy with the idea of going a little bit lower, but quite honestly, I'm moving the way I want to on the tennis court. I'm worried about letting myself get too low and not having the strength and energy that I need. And like my husband says, he says, you're just happier these days. And it's like, it's true. You gain so much when you lose all of that. So yeah, that's my story in a nutshell. I love the products, and it's easy to maintain. Someone asked me if I have to stay on this the rest of my life. It makes me feel so great. Why would I stop using something that makes me feel great? In maintenance, I use it a little differently. I can do, I love to have my shake every morning. So that's a no-brainer. And I love the Collagen 300. I do a trifecta with collagen, E-Vibe, and burn mode every morning, except on mornings that I'm headed to the tennis court, where I substitute alpha for my E-Vibe, which, by the way, alpha, delicious. It's pineapple type flavor, and it's yummy. So yeah, why would I stop using products that make me feel good? That would just be silly. So anyway.
Yeah, you're awesome. I've personally seen the visual shift, you and your hubby both. So Donna, thanks for being on. Thanks for your big heart of service as well. And it's fun to see you out competing a lot of your male compatriots on the court there. So keep rocking.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. And anyone in the Dallas area, I'll be out there and playing on Friday and Saturday at the 55 plus sectionals. So come cheer us on if you want.
Absolutely.
Wish you all the best. Bring plenty of drench and alpha. So thanks so much.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
so great story and real story there. Thankfully with Donna. So down in Houston, Texas. So now we're going to jump over to Pennsylvania, up and over to Pennsylvania, but with a beautiful lady by the name of Ann. Is it Diener or Diner? I think it's Diener. She's nodding her head. So So I'm going to pull up a before and after real quick to give you a visual on this beautiful lady who actually won one of our recent challenges, a monthly and quarterly contest there. So let me pull up this. You saw Donna and you heard her story, beautiful story. And now look at Ann, the toning, the strength, the muscle tone, tightening in the right places. So definitely looks younger, fitter. And she sent some other pictures, and you should see the active lifestyle her and her hubby have, and just how much it's added to their life together and how active they are. So there's a beautiful before and after. So now let me stop the share. And now we hear from her live and directly. So let me pull up the speaker view here. I think we're already there. All right, Ann, are you there? You are muted.
Guess I need to unmute myself. I didn't know if you were going to unmute me or not. Yes, well, I'd like to thank everybody for being on the call because I'm excited to hear everybody else on this call. But just a quick background on my story. My mom, when I was a teenager in high school, her health was very bad. So she got into a nutritional company for years, and I was brought up, being very nutritional, and then had 4 children. And then I was in my 50s. I'm 62 now. So I was just in the early 50s. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do something about this weight. I want to be a young grandma. I want to feel good. So I was in another nutritional company that I believe a lot of you were, that probably Donna. And, I had some success. I did some before and afters, just like Donna said. I can say a lot of that story. But, COVID hit, and I don't know if it was before COVID, but I was starting to feel like something is not working. Something must have changed. I was not feeling the same. I was having some gassiness. I was having some bloating. And I started searching. I was praying actually for another company for definitely a shake, a whey-based shake. So I grew up kind of having shakes. I remember running out the door in high school. My mom would give me a shake. I could see the bus coming and I would run quick, take down my shake. So I was familiar with that. And I'm like, that's just good. I don't love breakfast. But so anyway, then I knew several people. I knew Jill from just seeing her on Facebook. I didn't personally talk to her, know her. And I recognized Jill. I knew Jim, because I loved hearing Jim's nutritional background stories before. And I saw in the beginning of April 2 years ago that Jim left his nutritional company. And then I started really searching because I tried other products and it just still wasn't working. Other shakes I was trying in that time. And then I realized, okay, I looked on Jill's and I'm like, okay, Zallevo. I Googled Zallevo. I found Zallevo without anybody. I was so desperate. So I was like, okay, Jill, Jim, that's enough for me. I'm going to try the products. As soon as the whey was released, April 22nd, 2021. So right around the time of Donna, I looked back and saw that was my first order. And then hitting July, I decided I'm going to do the 90-day best body and I'm going to try more of the products. So the shakes were just the first. And then I wanted to try the autophagy. I learned about autophagy as well. And oh my goodness, I'm feeling so good. I lost the 10 to 12 pounds that I just, like Donna said, kind of that up and down. And then all of a sudden I was on this plateau. I could not do anything to get back down and feeling so much better. I said to my husband, hey, take these shakes that we have left here. And he tasted the Zallevo. He said, no, I will not take that. I do not want that. These are so much better. So long story short, it's just part of our routine now. We're doing the trio. We're just trying the new performance line. When I go to the gym, I try that. And just, loving all the products. And it's just been an amazing journey, how much I'm feeling so much better on these products. And the other thing is, all along, I was growing up, I always had to take something. The other company I had was they had something called Herblax, and it was just helped me just be regular. And then with another company I was with, there was another product that I used that kind of helped me every night. With this, everything is right in that shake. I don't have to take anything else. the minerals or whatever is the balancing, that's it. Everything is right there. So I'm
Yeah.
happy to be part of this company. I've learned so many friends through Zooms because I am in Pennsylvania. I haven't been able to get to any kind of events yet to meet everybody, but hey, I love this whole Z family.
Well, with love and light to you. Can't wait to give you a big hug at one of the events. And again, just on the regularity side, the Vital Core greens are beautiful for that as well. So there's all kinds of, we just keep adding and complementing, don't we, to what we have. And you are a beautiful example of that transformation, leveling out, and then raising up that next level of how active you guys are. So thank you for being here. Yeah. Awesome. These ladies are aging backwards, my friends. So
They truly are. And
they are,
that is
Jim.
beautiful.
It's amazing, amazing. So now we're then a bebop over, not too far actually, on the similar side of the country, Chicago, Illinois. And wait till you see this. Let me show you this visual first before we bring her up. She's kind of shy. She doesn't talk much. So let me there's Anne's story again. And look at this visual here. Does it look like the same lady? You know, there's a genuine heart-centered lady on the left. And now look at this amazing, vivacious, active, age-defying lady on the right. And I love this lady. I'm proud to call her friend. And as we do business together as well. So let me introduce none other than Barb Ellison. Let me turn on my speaker view again. Barb, are you there, my friend? Let's see if we could find her.
Yes, I got me. Hi, everybody. Yeah, thanks for being here. I mean, this is such a fun call. Yeah, that was me at one of my granddaughter's christenings. And I was at my highest point. And I did lose weight after that with another company, but it was like, oh, it was bad. But I always still felt, as Jim says, fluffy, you know, like, because fat is squishy. I didn't feel toned. And so when Zallevo came along and Carol said, we're going to do this autophagy challenge. I didn't know what autophagy was, but we're going to do this challenge that we're going to fast. And I'm like, I don't do intermittent fasting. And she says, yeah, but you'll do this. And she caught me right at that moment where I knew I've always supplemented my diet. So I knew I needed to order something. So I was either going to order what I was still already taking, or I was going to try hers. And she caught me on the day. So that was that. So I went on to it. Well, the second day my brain turned on. And now that leather jacket, that leather thing that I had on to go riding with, last year when I got it, I mean, it was really snug. And I took that picture, was taken last week, and now it just goes on and I feel sexy, and I have on a pair of my skinny jeans. So I feel better now at 73. I'm more active. I love it. And will never, ever, ever be without these products, because not only do they, like, I was always a yo-yo dieter. I would go, I've lost probably 1,000 pounds in my life. The only trouble was it was the same 30, 40 years, only, you know, between 30 and 50 pounds. That's what I was always up and down, up and down. And now I have stabilized my weight. And not only my weight has stabilized, but I'm losing inches. So I never knew that you could keep weight and yet lose inches. And I've lost inches off my hips. I've lost inches off of everywhere. And it's just been amazing. And I love it and feel so love Zallevo. Will never be without it.
Well, we're glad you love Zallevo because we love you. And you're inspired so many people around you, and you live life and you show up large every day that you wake up. So thank you, my friend, for being here tonight.
Thank you. This was good.
That's
Yes.
a very young 73 motorcycle babe. Just
And
thought
when
I'd
I
throw
pulled
that.
out that picture, it was like, oh, yike. That really, I just was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, it's
But now
actually,
it's fun.
but now you're grateful because it's a powerful tool to share now.
It's a
Look at this, guys. So
This is
Barb, we
where-
love you. Thank you for sharing tonight.
Thanks.
Amazing stories, guys. it just keeps getting better. Now we're then go from Chicago and Pennsylvania now across the country over to, I believe it's Arizona. Yeah, with Kathy Z. We case Kathy Z because there's a number of Kathys that we all love in Zallevo. Kathy's on. And let me show you a picture to start with. Here we go. Let me show you the visual. There's the biker chick. Okay. And now look at this. Look at this before and after. I mean, yeah, I got goosebumps. Look at the, obviously Kathy's always lived life. She's always been active. My goodness, look at, along with the physical transformation comes the transformation even internally. I'll let her address that for you, but yeah, just a beautiful next level journey that Kathy's on. So let me stop the share and now let's go to her live. So Kathy Z, are you there?
I am, and I am actually in Utah. Recently had a death in the family, doing a lot of cleanup after that. So I apologize for the way I look. I look a hot mess. We have been deep in not so much fun, but my journey, I have 5 brothers and a sister.
Yeah, if you could find something to rest your phone against, there you go. It would stabilize your.
And I apologize, I'm not at home, so I'm on my cell phone.
It's all good.
And I'm probably shaky. So 5 brothers and a sister. I was the first girl after 4 boys. So you can imagine I went through a lot of teasing. In my younger years, I had a brother who would say open wide for chunky. And they would tease me. And then junior high, I was in track team and lost a lot of weight. I wouldn't eat anything. Then my adult years started having kids and yo-yoed back and forth. I joined a nutritional company and lost some weight and gained it back and lost and gained. And I was like, man, I got to find something. And I had a friend, several people in that company. I had done a lot of service. I like to serve and meet people. So I knew Jill, I knew who Kirsty was. And so I called Jill one day and I said, all right, I know you're doing something different. Tell me about it. And when she did, I was like, okay, I'm doing the whole thing. If it works, I know, or if it doesn't work, I know there's a money back guarantee. I'll get my money back. So I'm going to try everything and reset my system. The first month, I was absolutely blown away. I am basically a product of the product. I love every one of them. I have always wanted to be a grandma that could play with her grandkids. And I have wanted to remain medication free in my declining years, and knock on wood, so far I have done it. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a picnic with my daughter and there were some ladies that were doing double dutch. I have never done double dutch. It's jumping rope with 2 ropes. 2 ladies are turning the ropes opposite ways. And they asked me if I wanted to try, and I'd never done it, but I've jump roped before, but not double dutch. And I did it, and I did it for like a minute. And they were like, holy cow. Anyway, I feel amazing. I love the products. I love the burn. I have never been able to fast for 60 hours. The word autophagy is, if you don't know what it is, one of the benefits of it is aging backwards. I think I've aged backwards just a little bit. And I feel amazing. My energy level is through the roof. And I love Zallevo.
Yeah, well, we love you, and we love Richard. Your other half. I'm sure you're the better half of the family. I'm sure he would admit that. But Kathy, you're a beautiful example of what it means to step into your next level of health and living life, and now giving back. So, thank you.
Very much. Thank you. That is an astounding story, and you are aging backwards. It's beautiful. And
by the way, Elaine, look at your chat. Elaine says, love you, sis. She's so proud of you. So that's your, I think, sister-in-law, I think. No, it's not. It's your real sister, I think. Yeah. So Kathy Z, love and light to you. Please give Richard a big hug. So now we have one more story. So hang in there, guys. These have been beautiful stories. So let me pull up a visual, Jim, before you introduce this beautiful lady. And look at this visual here. Let me see if I could share my screen one more time. There is Kathy's amazing visual. So any comments on this before and after, Jim?
Yeah, aging backwards is appropriate. And gaining guns. This was all done, I think she mentioned, in 6 months or less. One thing that you can't tell is that her hair in that 6 to 12 months has doubled its length. And prior to that, it was not growing very quickly or at all.
Wow. So
I have the grand privilege of introducing my, I don't know if you call them cousins-in-law. My first cousin, one I grew up with, is Scott Peterson, and he married his little princess, he calls her, literally from the Navajo Nation. And she is a fireball. And she is the mother of how many children?
I have 5 kids. And let me just add, in those 5 kids, I had 3 10-pounders and 2 9-pounders with my 5'3" frame.
And each of her kids are 6 foot something, because her husband is 6'4" or 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a full 1.5 foot difference between husband and wife. So that's why she was his little princess for sure. But long story short, her story is pretty profound. Her before was enduring. And I won't steal any of her thunder. I'll just let her share.
Thank you, Shelley, for the warrior. I feel like one.
So tell us a little bit about your story of before and after Zallevo.
Okay, so before Zallevo, I thought being overweight, and most of the Native Americans are fluffy. We'll use that term, fluffy. Was accepted. Anywhere I go on the reservations, they're all fluffy. We're all fluffy, and we accept it because it's the sugar, the carbs, just bad food in general. And so fluffy was me, and I was accepted of that. My life didn't really change until November of 2020. Oh gosh, I didn't think this was going to be that hard. I lost my father to COVID in November of 2020. And the Navajo Nation was shut down, so I wasn't able to attend his funeral. I didn't get to say goodbye. And so a lot of that grief was set aside, and it caught up to me in July of 2021. I had all sorts of emotional, mental, physical trauma. I didn't want to get off the couch. My hair started falling out, clumps and clumps. I couldn't sleep. I wasn't getting the rest that I needed. I couldn't function. It was really hard to make things more enjoyable. I was practically disengaging in family, and my husband saw this. He was really worried about me, and so he reached out to his cousin Jim that knew about nutrition, because obviously the doctors didn't give me anything. Well, they did, but wasn't helping me. And so it was a fight or flight mentality at that particular time. And so I needed to fight. And so the only thing I could think when Jim had told me about Zallevo was no question. I came up, my husband said, do it, just order it. This is something you need. So I ordered it. I got it a couple of days. It only took a couple of days, which was really cool. And I only started doing was the shake and the Fortitude 85. And let me tell you what a lifesaver that had been. I started taking it in September of 21. And in 3 months time, I lost 20 plus pounds. My numbers, if you know anything about Native Americans, our blood sugar is a problem, is an issue with us. And my numbers came down. It came down really good to where my next visit, the doctor said, good job. I don't need any more of the medicines to control any of my issues. And so that was weight off my shoulders. My father was taking several medications, and when the doctor said that you were going to be on the same, you can obviously think that that's what I flashed back to. And I'm like, no, oh my gosh, I'm really gonna yeah, I was in a world of hurt. And so I know this is about sustaining weight, a weight loss, and I have been just over a year and a half. I've been on this, on Zallevo, now doing the full program. I still have tons of energy, as you can see. Sorry, like
Beautiful.
long hair. The hair came back. I started using the collagen. I started, like I said, I used all of it now in my daily regimen. And you know, most of the Navajos, you know, because I'm Navajo, don't come back. They don't come back coming off
Blood sugar issues.
or yeah, they continue to have all of these issues with blood sugar. And I'm thinking one out of thousands that has actually had this, oh my gosh, amazing results. I mean, I go around now to all my Native American tribes, family, and share this, because it's important for me that my people should get this into their system so that they can feel the
joy of living.
The joy of living. Yes, definitely.
Instead of just surviving. Yes.
Yes. It's been an amazing journey for myself. And when I got the performance one, I put it to use. So here you go, Jim.
Okay.
For you.
Do it one more time.
I lift weights. I engage. I don't know if there's another picture showing me playing in the Nerf games. I am totally involved with all aspects of my life now, and that has in itself been amazing. Like I said, just the things that have transpired and transformed in my life, especially being Native American. Sorry, I keep bringing that up, but I can't stress how much of our genetics is, you know, if we don't treat it, we're quickly in a downfall. Just, you know, it will fall quickly. And I've just seen so much that has happened. And here I am, you know, 18, a little over, I think it's 18 months now that I've been on this program. And yeah, I wouldn't have changed. I mean, you think about when you start, and then now after you've started, it's a night and day. It's not comparable anymore.
That is so well said. Not comparable to go from survival mode to thrive mode and look forward to every day. Show us your guns one more time, but speak up so it shows you.
Okay, here you go. I just,
Yeah,
yes, definitely.
Amazing.
I'm gonna be. Okay, let me just add, because everybody else shared their age, but I'll be 55 in 3 weeks.
yeah. You look about 28. So yeah. So we want to welcome, and your passion is contagious, and you have a huge heart, and now you have the health and vitality to even bless others' lives, including your own. So Jim, thanks for sharing this with your cousin, and now Michelle. And so love and light, Michelle. Thanks for being on tonight.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. And again, once again, we do not treat, diagnose, prescribe any disease process. We simply give the body what it needs nutritionally so it can be the miracle that God made it to be. So we want to welcome once more, welcome and thank everybody that was on tonight. And I'll have Jim just say a closing thought, and then we could round out the call. And one more little promo. Remember, next Monday is on a very different tangent. It's endurance. We'll be hearing mainly from athletes, endurance athletes as well. So it's going to be a very unique call. And the call tonight will be archived there in the on the YouTube channel. So Jim, please close this out.
Oh, probably the most important thing I can say is if you heard or saw something that touched your heart and you need to know more, reach out to the person who invited you, because they deserve to feel as good as Michelle and everyone else who shared their beautiful stories with us. Life is worth living. In fact, it's beautiful when you feel good. And these foods make you feel good. So thank you all for being here tonight.
They do. Thank you, Jim. We're gonna do 2 shout outs. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 in a moment, and we're going to say thank you or love you to all these awesome, powerful, beautiful ladies tonight. And then we'll shout out one of our favorite core values. So first of all, the first one is just thank these awesome ladies tonight. So 1,
Unmute.
2, 3.
Thank you.
you.
Michelle.
Thank you.
You're all wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
Wonderful. And Jim, give
Really.
us the countdown to the core value, please.
The core value being force for good at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Force for
Force
good.
for good.
Yeah.
Woo, yay.
Yeah,
All right.
show your guns.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Good night,
Good
y'all. God
Love
bless.
you.
Good night, all.
Oh,
Thank
good
you for
night.
sharing.
God bless.
God bless.
God
Night, gentlemen.
bless. Back at you.